What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the Holotables, and welcome back to my fourth video of the day, because apparently I don't have a life. I'm also here in the wife beater vest top because apparently Wales is hot as balls. But we've had basically the new Conquest unit announced, and I'm really keen to go and check it out. Join me for a while, why don't you? Alright, update 430 from CG Meathead. I've not had a chance to read this just yet, but I did see this. SM33, or SME, as in the pirate, from Skeleton Crew is our next Conquest unit. I actually said on stream yesterday, I think we'll be getting Skeleton Crew next, because apparently I have a mystic ball, much like the shape of my head. New pirate tag is being added, so we're gonna get a lifter for Hondo units. Come on, baby, let's go. Disguised Clone Trooper, we went over that earlier. Wrecker Mercenary Shards are now farmable from Dark Side 6A. Just in time, I just finished off Batcher to 7 stars. Time to work on Wrecker. Then it's just Crosshair remaining. They are replacing General Hux. His shards are now farmable from Galactic War shipments. This is great for newer players that want to try and push for Slacker. Having units in Galactic War shipments is super quick farm. Probably the fastest in the game. For May the 4th, Revenge of the Sith event requires 5 of 6. Jedna Anakin, Waste Mindu, Ayla Secura, Darth Vader, Darth Sidious, or Count Dooku. Luthen Rail is going to Proving Grounds as well, so if you haven't got him yet, now is your chance to have an extremely difficult battle. Well, so they say, I've never done any Proving Grounds battles. Fixes and adjustments. Fixed an issue with Batcher was unable to ignore taunt and stealth in multi-encounter battles. Fixed an issue where stealth gain from To the Old Ways now applies to all non-tank Night Sister allies instead of all allies. Fixed a bug where General Skywalker didn't have a lightsaber ignite and hum audio. I mean, maybe he had performance issues, I don't know. CX2 Unique 1 Omicron, cost reduced to 10 ability mats. Thank you kindly. I'd spent the 20 already. I will take those 10 back. Focused Datacron ability for Boba Fett's Sign of Jango has been updated to correctly reflect the functionality. He does not dispel foresight nor make enemies immune to it. He actually provides an enormous evasion debuff to all enemies while he is active, so that attacks from him and his allies cannot be evaded. I think they just couldn't code it. I think they couldn't code dispelling foresight. Instead, what he does is he just makes you really unevadable. Yeah. Sidious's Datacron has been fixed to no longer one-shot instant defeat immune characters, updated the description on Jedi Master Mace Windu's talents, titled to Balanced Master of the Force to more accurately explain how to acquire it, because it's all about balance, guys, just like Thanos said. Replace the incorrect C image with Emperor Palpatine in the current Datacron set. I noticed that the other day. Lord Vader got so excited at the addition of his new dark side clone troopers that he forgot that he doesn't feel fear. Fixed a bug where his My New Empire ability prevented his fear immunity from working properly. He was really afraid of his new team. Fixed an issue where affecting specific CX2 quests. Yes, I've heard a lot of people had issues completing these feats, and some were not having like the shards counted correctly as well. Fixed an issue where Appo's unique Vader's Fists, he fails to inflict Order 66 on the enemy Jedi at the start of the second encounter. How interesting. Fixed an issue with Appo didn't deal bonus true damage from dramatic entrance after an enemy has taken 2 turns. Well, I'm glad we're getting fixes. I'm very glad we're getting fixes. That's about all we're getting. We're getting the kit reveal for Smeagol coming soon, and I think it doesn't necessarily confirm that we're getting full Skeleton Crew as the next era, and I think it will be quite difficult. But if I was to put tinfoil hat on, wild theories abound, I would say we are probably getting at least some of the Skeleton Crew, and probably getting some pirates as well. And I feel like the end of the next era, if it ends up in a legendary unit, it'll probably to be unlocking Jod, who was Jude Law's character in Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew, if you haven't watched it already, it's actually pretty darn good. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it struck the right balance of being great for kids to watch, whilst also enough in there to keep it entertaining for us adults. I'm old as hell, guys. I'm really old, and I still enjoyed it. Wouldn't say it was phenomenal, but it was really solid and very well written. I felt Jod's character in particular was a very well developed character, and I thought he did a great job. Jude Law, I thought he absolutely smashed it. So if you haven't seen it yet, please do go and watch it. You probably won't regret it. And it didn't feel like I was watching a kid's show at any point in time, you know? So that's all funky and good. Now, do we get the rest of the kids from that show? That's the bit which kind of confuses me. The fact that we're going down the pirate faction tag really screams to me they're probably going to take Hondo, or Hondo is maybe going to get a touch-up, maybe he'll get a leadership or something like that. Smee himself, as a droid in the show, was definitely not a leader. He was the right-hand man. You know, he was literally the Smee to Captain Hook. And his loyalty would always be changing from whoever the captain of the ship was. So I have to feel like there's going to be some sort of weird element like that. But do we get the kids? CG is usually a little bit, you know, cautious about introducing children into this game for one reason or another. The only difference is we have had characters like Omega when they were younger. And technically speaking, I think Snips is only like 14. The Snips we've got in the game, 14, 15. So teenagers... okay, young kids, probably not. So remains to be seen whether we get the rest, or if they just fill it with random pirates. Maybe we actually get just a smorgasbord and we'll see some of the bounty hunters potentially get pirate tags. That sort of thing could work out. Not sure where it's going to go, but I'm pretty happy and excited for it right now. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for Skeleton Crew, or do you think that Smee is just a one-off? I can't imagine he's going to be, because it's going to take 3 months for this guy to come out, right? He's not going to appear in Conquest now for another 2 weeks, which means it's going to be, you know, 2 weeks plus 3 months. That's you know, that's a lot of time. It's in 3 months' time, and we know that this current era of the Revenge of the Sith era has still got another 2 months left in it, so it's going to be weird timing. I don't know how they're going to push out a pirate faction yet, unless they retroactively apply it. We can almost guarantee, I think, that Hondo is probably going to be one of those units, but who else could it be, actually? All right, sorry. As soon as I jumped into the game, there was a newsletter in the game talking about Smee, so let's quickly look at that. All right, so here we go. Smee is hobbling his way to the holotables. I thought Smee was a great character, by the way. From the Disney Plus series, The Skeleton Crew, Smee is a first-mate droid with a scrappy attitude and fierce loyalty to his captain. Built for battle, this mechanical warrior is ready to take on any foe that threatens his crew. Smee introduces the pirate faction. This brand new faction will be expanded upon in the next era. More news on this plundering faction feat in the coming months. Smee's basic rattling uppercut deals damage and staggers enemies, and if the target previously damaged his pirate leader, SM-33 dishes out even more punishment with ability block and daze. Limb from limb, his devastating special attack strikes multiple times with increased damage based on Smee's missing health. If the target previously harmed his pirate leader, Smee can reduce the enemy's max protection. Forearm Bucklers is SM-33's powerful dispel and self-buff ability. By clearing enemy buffs and dealing damage and stacking heat. At higher heat levels, Smee inflicts damage over time and burning effects which cannot be avoided or dispelled. In territory wars with an enabled Omicron, Smee even dispels his own debuffs and grants critical avoidance up to himself and bonus protection to pirate allies. Smee's unique ability, First Mate of the Onyx Cinder, hopefully we get the ship too, provides him stat boosts based on Scoundrel and pirate allies. When enemies target his pirate leader, Smee gains turn meter and stacking critical damage. After using forearm bucklers, he gains heat stack each turn, and the first time he's damaged, he gains a bonus turn and forearmed bucklers cooldowns are reset. In territory wars with his Omicron enabled, his pirate leader and Smee gain offensive stats, and the enemy that damaged the leader is weakened against Smee's allies. Unlock this scrappy droid with his shards in the upcoming Conquest events, where I will be giving you guides. Looks pretty good. Pretty much confirming we're probably getting Skeleton Crew as the next era. Probably a little bit wider of a faction. Who knows? I'm hyped. But it's not only that. It's not just Smee and potential pirate faction that's coming to the game. Well, it's not potential. That's guaranteed, right? But we're also getting a bunch of Lightspeed bundles coming up for May 4th. A lot of them are returning ones, but there's also some interesting stuff to come as well, and you'd be fools to miss it. So let's go check out these new Lightspeed bundles as well. Here we go. Coming up first, we've got the Supreme Leader Lightspeed Bundle 2. This is a return of the Kylo Ren Lightspeed Bundle. I don't recall it being $33, but that's just me. What do you get? Bunch of characters at Relic 6 Crew, Relic 6 OG Kylo, Relic 6 Sith Trooper. This is actually really, really good. Even for old characters, $33 to get yourself that many Relic 6 characters. You save so much in signal data, relic materials, gear in general, even a bit of Kyrotech for this. So if you don't have this, even if you're missing like 4 characters, I would still say that this is pretty good value. That's not all though. We also have the Finalizer Lightspeed Bundle. This goes hand in hand, of course, with the Kylo Ren one. The good thing about this right, is because a lot of the finalizer requirements use old school bounty hunters, you get an R7 Bosk, R7 Boba Fett, R7 Cad Bane. If you are pushing for Executor, this is huge. Yeah, sure, it's $38, but if you're pushing for Executor, you get so many good units, and you get R7 Lord Vader, Darth Vader, sorry, Lord Vader, that'd be great, right? This is great. You know, like, being able to have more powerful Houndstooth, more powerful Xanadu Blood, more powerful Slave 1, or I'm sorry, the Fire Spray class Starship, or whatever they want to call it these days. Still really good. Still really good. High relic levels across the board there. Gives you a massive head start on that Executor bundle. And of course, it doesn't end there, because they do, of course, give you all of the ships involved as well. So it is kind of double bubble. Now, granted, these are older ships, but if you are newer to the game, this gives you a massive head start. Very good for Executor Rush. Next up, a new one, Jedi Vanguard Lightspeed. Command the front lines with legendary Jedi warriors Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Imagundai, and Luminara Unduli. Each battle ready at 7 stars, level 85, relic 5, and ability tier 7. Instantly bolster your squad and bring swift victory to your battles. Now, don't get me wrong, these characters are trash, all right? However, for $10 to get 4 characters to relic 5, I will buy this, and I only need Imagundai. Alright, I literally, all my others are at least that relic level. Alright? My Imagundai has no investment. The more pertinent thing that I will say, Jedi Vanguard is going to be a faction in the new raid that's dropping relatively soon, in two months or so, 2-3 months, right? These characters are most likely... The funny thing is I don't think Mace Windu is actually a Jedi Vanguard, but whatever. These characters are most likely going to be used in that raid. If not, we still need a 5th for the new Mace Windu team, right? And CG typically tries to elevate older characters that are less geared to try and be useful there. So Imagundai, not used for anything yet. Luminara and Kit were obviously used in the current Battle for Naboo raid. I wouldn't be surprised if Imagundai is used in the new raid. All right, I'm just throwing it out there. He wasn't really used in the last raid. He's not been a requirement for anything, and they're throwing out a Lightspeed bundle. If you throw your minds back to before Battle for Naboo dropped, we had a Jedi Lightspeed bundle come out with, you know, Luminara and Kit Fisto and all these trash tier Jedi, essentially. And then a couple of weeks later, we had the Battle for Naboo. And people missed out on that Lightspeed bundle for a little bit. Treat this as if it's the same thing. Unless you've already got these characters relative, then obviously ignore it. But this is the dark horse, guys. I would buy this in a heartbeat. Buy it twice, if you can. And then we've got the old Resistance Rising Lightspeed bundle, the Rey Lightspeed bundle, essentially, giving you all sorts of good business at Relic 6. Once again, this is the same as the Slacker thing, but it's just for Rey. A new one here, I believe, is Mandalorian Outcast Lightspeed bundle. Now, this one's a bit tricky. It gives you good Mandalorians at Relic 5. You know, I mean, Darkside Mandos, there are only 5 in total, right? There's these 4, and there's Maul. And for $15, if you don't have these characters relics up, it's a pretty good sell. Gar and ISC are actually really, really good in the current, well, not in the current meta, but under Maul, right? The true damage that they deal out is actually pretty good, and they've got some decent counters. For $15, it's not a bad buy. Not a bad buy. You save yourself a lot of mats. You save yourself a lot of relic levels. But it goes hand in hand with the next Lightspeed bundle, which is a Maul Lightspeed bundle. Now, this one is obviously more expensive. He is a Conquest unit. $38 to get a Relic 5 Maul. Accelerate your path to victory. It's 7 stars. Ability level 7, so I don't think you're going to be getting the Zetas with that. But hey, if you really need Maul, you can't unlock him. And you could, for basically, what, $50? A little bit over $50, you'll have a full Darkside Maul Mandos team, which is pretty good these days. It's pretty good. It's clever that CG have done this, because it feels like they know people are going to be transitioning out of using Maul in a Lord Vader team, so they're like, hey, let's give everybody the Darkside Mandos team. To go hand in hand with the Rey bundles, of course, you've got the Raddus Lightspeed bundles to go with it. That gives you all of those pilots, and of course the ships to go with them as well. We do actually have a General Grievous one. Now, I know this looks at face value like, oh my god, $23 for R7 General Grievous? I mean, it's expensive, right? But you do get a 7-star Malevolence as well. And you'd save yourselves all of the, you know, it goes straight to level 85. That's at least 10 million fleet credits, and you get the abilities at tier 7. The Malevolence is still a decent capital ship. It's very useful. 23 bucks, I'll let you guys decide if that's worthwhile. And then we have Versio's Command Lightspeed bundle. This one over here is coming in with those Imperial troopers that go under Iden. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. 24 bucks once again. All at Relic 5, but you also get the ships. So you're getting the TIE Defender. And having the TIE Defender, it's still a very, very good ship. The Executrix itself is still pretty good. I actually used it to counter the Profundity in my last round of GAC. What's not to like about that, guys? What's not to like? But that is going to about wrap it up for today's episode. Probably my last video today, but I will be doing GAC in a couple of hours. So swing around the live stream. Make sure you catch me there. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below about SME, Pirate Faction, about all the changes and the updates to kits. Let me know what you think about the Lightspeed bundles and what you think is coming next. Leave a like and a comment of your favorite emoji and I might give you a pat on the head. See you all in the very next video. Peace out and may the Force be with you.